My name is Mackenzie, and this is my YouTube channel, Autistic Musings, where we talk about all things autistic. Now, welcome if you're a new viewer and you're here for your loved one, your friend, or you're autistic yourself. And if you're a returning viewer, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So, why a spectrum, and why do people misunderstand what this means so often and so frequently? Because most people imagine autism in like a line format. A line with two extremes at each end, one being low functioning and one being high functioning. But this is so not close to the actual definition of what spectrum means in this context. Yeah. Those functioning labels, throw those away. They don't work. We'll talk about that at a later time, though. But I want you, instead of thinking of a line, think of a chain that's connected at each end. It's got a circle of chains. Because a spectrum disorder in the psychology context means a range of linked conditions. So a bunch of linked conditions together that extends to include singular traits and symptoms. What? So autism is a bunch of conditions that are linked together, since it's a neurological developmental disorder. And these linked conditions can present in different ways, but they all extend to include, they present in a certain way that people on the spectrum have common traits or symptoms, even if they have different needs. They have common traits and symptoms that are listed in the DSM, which is used to diagnose us. So, not a line. Think of chains. Yeah, chain. Think of a chain, not a line. So this means that each autistic person has different difficulties. Never assume. They face different challenges in life too. And they also have different strengths, varying person to person. Just like all the other humans. Was that just crickets? No. Anyway, along with autism and its unique presentation person to person, you also have comorbidities, which we have so frequently and so often, more so than the typical population. Listen to this. So we frequently have a comorbid condition, stuff like anxiety, depression, OCD, another comorbid disability, ADHD, like me. All those things that make each another set of needs that need to be fulfilled to meet the needs of the person and the person that has this condition. So adds another unique layer to us. Now I'm going to give you an example. So me personally, I get super overwhelmed by a lot of noise and a lot of information all at once. I need plenty of time to process it and figure out what I need to focus on and what I need to do. The wheel needs to turn for a while, okay? On the other hand, if you ask another autistic person if they're easily overwhelmed by sound and a lot of information, they might not have my issue. No. In fact, some autistic people actually need more noise and auditory sensory input. That's just a fancy word for noise, to feel comfortable in their environment. Complete opposite of me, right? Different need entirely, but we both have autism, and it's both of these things, this overwhelm of noise for me and this need of more noise for this person, it's for the same reason, because we're autistic. But we both have different needs that need to be fulfilled, and they're going to be fulfilled in a different way. And we're going to have different challenges because of these needs, and different strengths as well. Others, like I just demonstrated with my example, are going to have either different needs than me. They may struggle with the same thing as me. They may not. They may just struggle with less with it, and vice versa. Another autistic person might have different sensory issues. They might not be able to talk and need technology to communicate. They may be able to talk, but in order to communicate on a regular basis, they need technology. They may have received a diagnosis at a later age than I did, and some, probably a lot of people, have received a diagnosis earlier than I have. Meeting one autistic person is not meeting every autistic person. It's just not. Each autistic person is unique in their own ways, with different experiences, different challenges, and different strengths. Thus, autism is a spectrum. So this video, I'm going to give a shout out to somebody who helped me with this amazing script, and I hope it helps some people to change their perspective. I want to do a shout out to Ken, the host on the Autism Experience podcast. I will post a link below to his channel. He is a wonderful person to listen to who wishes to share so many perspectives of different people on the spectrum, and I am proud to know him, and I hope you go and visit and see his content. Thank you for joining me on Autistic Musings today, and if you liked this topic and you'd like to hear more, please post in the comments section. I welcome the feedback. And if you'd like to see more of my content, please subscribe, like, and share.